college and you're gonna drop out the last 9 weeks when it's your internship? He's like, yeah.
Who drops out of high school? It's like it's the high school. High school is like your most important 4 years of your life, and then college is also important too.
I love you for 2.5 of them.
No, not me.
Only 2.5. I don't love freshmen, and I start hating you your second semester, your senior year.
You love me in freshman.
I did love you as a freshman. Typically don't like freshmen. I don't like freshmen period. They're too little. They should still be in middle school.
Do you remember Abdullah?
Abdullah? Yeah. I love Abdullah. He's not here anymore, but I love Abdullah. Your investment, this is putting money into something with the expectation of making a profit. Obviously, we're not going to put money into things that we think we're going to lose our money. So you can invest in a company, you can invest in a business, you can invest in property. People that rent property, there are all different kinds of investments. You buy into a franchise.
I can't believe how many people since freshmen already here. I have never seen them again. Like a lot of them just left.
Freshmen? Oh, just overall over the 4 years, a lot of people move.
Isn't the guy named Travis?
Travis, yeah.
Oh, Travis.
Miss Travis. Huh? Yes, his mother moved him during exam week in December to California.
And then,
I don't know. I think that she had a job opportunity out there or something. I really don't know. I can't imagine uprooting your family the last semester of your senior year unless there was
a senior.
Yeah, he's graduating.
That's great.
Alright, number 5, stock market. Where your stocks are traded, you can just actually write that where your stocks are traded. Yeah, he was a senior. He's graduated this year. I think that's why it upset all of us, because it was like we put 3.5 years into this child who has trouble making friends, and you're gonna uproot him and
He does not seem like he had trouble.
From his freshman year to how he was here, his senior year, we made huge strides with this child. And then you're gonna uproot him and change his whole life. I mean, I actually think that someone offered for him to stay with them.
Can you just drop out whenever you want, or you have to like go through the courts and all that stuff?
Depends on how old you are. If you're over the age of 16, you can.
For what?
If you're under the age of 16, you have to have parental consent.
So I'm 18. Can I just drop out?
Yeah.
Well, without parents' consent?
Yeah, you're 18. You're a legal adult. You can do whatever you want.
You don't even have to come to school.
Yeah, no one's gonna say anything if you don't come to school because you're an adult. You're not a child.
But what if your parents say so or say otherwise?
That's your parents. You live in their house?
Yes.
You eat their food?
Well, I don't eat their food. I pay for my own.
You shower?
Yes.
So you use their water? You use their power? I would imagine that they have say over your life until you move out and you pay your own bills.
I'm moving out.
So I would imagine that they would not be okay with you. Again, I apologize for some of these a little longer than I don't know how else to say bonds. So your bonds, several of you may have gotten bonds when you were born. This used to be a big thing. People used to buy bonds and give them to the families when they had a child because it's money that's invested over, gosh, like 18 to 20 years. And you don't touch your bond. You just let it sit and mature,
Okay.
and then it's at a fixed interest rate, so every year you're making money on the bond. So you could buy a bond for $100, and depending on the interest rate, when you turn 20, 25 years old, your bond could be worth like $500. So that's a way you could be saving for retirement, is to buy a couple bonds and just, you don't touch it,
How do you,
just sit
so
there.
how does the bond work? Is it like, do you pay somebody first? and
You
then-
pay the government, you're giving them money, you buy a bond from the government. So it's kind of like the government's taking a loan from you. And so you give them money, like you're the bank, you give them money, they give you a piece of paper that says that they borrowed this much money from you at this percentage rate of interest. And then you just sit there and you hold it for 20, 25 years.
Wait, so
Miss Boylan, can you go back to savings?
so they can just,
Savings, I didn't finish that one.
so you can just wait until, or do they, whatever, when they wanna pay, they pay?
Well, it'll tell you how long you're going to loan that money for. And you're gonna loan it for probably a minimum of 18 years. And that's when the loan will mature and you'll get your money for it. And so people used to do it all the time, because then they would give the parents these bonds for their kids, and then when the kid turned 18, they could cash those in, and would help for education, you know, going to college or training school or something like that. It used to be a really big deal. Nowadays, a lot of people don't do bonds. I don't know why, but it's a good way to invest. Okay, I have to move it out. You're gonna have to move a little quicker with everybody else. Number 7. Shareholders, these are the people that own the stocks.
Does somebody get 3?
Why don't you just start with leave some room for 3, start with number 4, because I'm gonna have to move it up again. Why don't we put our phone away so we don't have our phone distracting us?
I'm ready to get down. I'm just
Okay,
it's
but you have your
long.
phone out. There's no reason for your phone to be out. We're doing vocabulary. So why don't you put that away? I mean, you shouldn't have any earbuds in.